On the side of the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we are going to check out the Jurassic World Super Colossal Indoraptor. Ah, the chicken! Oh. A little bit, oh no! Here's Macy. Down she goes. Give me that squirrel! Give me that squirrel! Let go of the squirrel! I wasn't actually sure if I was going to pick this one up or not, actually. A lot of people said great things in the comments earlier, but I wasn't sure because having a lot of Super Colossals take up a lot of room. But once I saw this on shelf, the Super Colossal Glossy, very glossy and very highly detailed Indoraptor, I was immediately sold. So this guy's huge, it's big, it takes up a lot of space, but it's so worth it. So how do we get this out of this, once again, Super Colossal box? Probably just shake it a little bit. There's always so much Super Colossal strapping involved here. Strapping this poor Indoraptor into pack. And out of pack. Super Colossal, as always, some Super Colossal assembly required. I better just stop saying Super Colossal. It is so shiny. I can't believe how awesome this looks. Look at this guy. So powerful. Oh wow, he's huge. Absolutely huge. So what can we do here? We're gonna have to place some feet on this guy. They've got his legs and little booties. I'm hoping my Gigantspinosaurus had catastrophic hip leg failure where one of the clip joints just became fatigued and always falls off now. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen with the Indoraptor. I feel like it was just one of those once in a while things that happen. I should have returned and exchanged, but it kind of happened, well, you know, a few months after purchase. But anyway, let's get these booties off. You know he was created in a really fancy lab because he's got these booties. They don't want to contaminate things. And there's our other leg. So glossy. It'll be so shiny to have this one around. Just like an Indoraptor should be. So, almost thought I had catastrophic backwards leg syndrome. And Super Colossal tail. These have been pretty easy to build now that we've gone through at least 5 or 6, depending on if you call the giant sauropods Super Colossal or not. Okay, this one's always the trickiest one. We want to match up the gold on his tail. Where is the hinge flinge? Okay, there's only one way to go. The smaller end goes this way. So I think it's just like this. Ah, perfect. Got it. So there we go, the fully built Indoraptor. Huge, absolutely gigantic, opening and closing jaws, moving giant forearms. That's the best part of both the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, is just these opposable arms. Whereas with T-Rex you get these little tiny ones, and Carnosaurus was even smaller. So giant arms rotating at the shoulders and then rotating at the hands. Then of course hips that rotate, pretty solid. They don't move out like many of the Mattel dinosaurs. And then the tail should have a little bit of rotation. There we go. Not really rotation, but hinging back and forth. So plenty of awesomeness to this one. Bringing in just our basic Indoraptor. This, I believe, is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the first Indoraptor that I picked up, not the current Dino Trackers one we looked at just a little bit ago, which is slightly larger, I think, than this one. But you can see the super colossal size of this. It's super colossal. Whoa. It is so super colossal. What do we got for size? The box, I think, said almost 40 inches in length, so we can do a quick measurement here if Bitey lets me. Or Indy. What did we name it last time? Indy? Okay, you hold on to this. Right at the nose to the tail. Yeah, I got 39 inches, so quite huge. And maybe from footprint to back, I've got, you know, oh, this is a tougher measurement right now. I've got footprint up about 20 inches maybe. So absolutely super colossal. And again, look at the smile on this one. Look at that smile, opening it up. Look at that mouth area. Yikes. Absolutely stunning. Now, one thing I wanted to test and check was I was wondering if they were going to reuse molds a little bit on this one and maybe the Indominus. I feel like this might be its own unique creation. So bringing back Indominus, there's Indominus Super Colossal, and I thought maybe they would be doing different backs, or the same backs, I'm sorry, but they are different. They've got the little spinies coming off of Super Colossal here, and the giant Indominus just had scales and spikes. And the headpieces, I thought, well, maybe they're gonna reuse those, but they feel pretty unique. I never picked up the Raptor, so I don't have a total good comparison. I'm thinking that lower jaw may have been reproduced before. The teeth are a little bit different. Could be the Gigantspinosaurus' lower jaw, but you know, Mattel has done such a great job of always remolding most of the critical pieces. So I think he's pretty good. So what do? We have a special feature. As always, we like to feed our Indominus Rex. So what do we got here? We've got some mini dinosaurs here. I've got a small Stegosaurus and down the gullet. And I've got maybe a small Triceratops down the gullet. And, oh, I know Indoraptor has been dying to eat Macy, so here's Macy. Down she goes. And, you know, I think this is a Baryonyx, so let's give him a Baryonyx down the mouth. So, simple as that. You could fit, I don't know, 20, 40, 50 Macy's in there. And when you're done, of course, as always, open the bottom hatch with care. I always worry about breaking these bottom hatches. And, oh, look! Macy's okay. She should have just got devoured and eaten and we would have been fine. So throwing out some dinosaurs and closing the hatch. Look though at just the detail going down the tail. I matched right with my sweater today, didn't I? This golden sparkle detail, a little gold orange up top and a little yellower on the bottom. So paintwork, it's just so sparkly. It's so sparkly awesome. Well done, Indoraptor. Hey, would you like to eat a Minecraft Legends chicken? I bet it would. I bet it would totally eat a Minecraft Legends chicken. Let's give him a chicken. Drop this in. There we go. He's eating a chicken. Ah, the chicken, the chicken. Oh, that's pretty good. Fits pretty well. I like how the hinge, I don't know with the other ones, never really saw this, but sometimes when I pull one, it opens the other. I like that. Did that happen with Super Colossal Indy or Indominus? Not really. So for some reason the jaws are kind of connected in a really, really cool way. Now the next question you're probably asking is, will it eat a Dino Tracker sized dinosaur? We've got a Prestosuchus here to test out. I've found a few of these new Dino Trackers just recently. I'm amazed how many they have available this year. They just keep dropping. So we've got, and this is new to me, it's a Prestosuchus, so it must be into the Spinosaurus clan of dinosaurs, trying to get somewhat of a good shot for you. Definitely has kind of like a baby Spinosaurus look. Maybe get the light up to it. So like a little baby Spino, very cute. I like this one, kind of alligator-esque. Onto the table a little bit closer, almost a T-Rex head with this one, but a pretty good squirrel height with the 4 legs on the ground. I don't know, this one might just fit in. Action feature, opening and closing mouth. Look at that. And of course there's a scan code on there, and we can learn more about that. And a scanning. There we go, hunched down in a foresty swamp. How did that T-Rex get a gator's body? What do we have for information? We've got a little bit of half the height of a man, diet of meat, and the weight of 2 pigs found in South America. Dropping him in, will he fit into the Indoraptor? I'm gonna move his legs flat a little bit, and ooh, it's gonna be a tight fit. That is gonna be a really tight chomp. Oh, that's one way to jam and get lodged dinosaurs. So your Dino Tracker size is probably going to be a little bit, a little bit too large. Play at your own risk and get like a pliers because they might get jammed. I wonder what happens if you were to give an Indoraptor a dark saber. That could be really interesting. Here you go. Try this dark saber, my friend. And oh no! I would not recommend giving a dark saber to your Indoraptor. It's just too much. It's just too much. So what other fun things can we find here? Oh, let's go into the other super giant dinosaur that actually just arrived this month. And it is, watch out, the Indominus Rex Dino Trackers. Now this one is another one I thought, oh, I probably won't pick up because it's probably just a reissue, because we've seen one very similar before to this, but it turns out it's actually a different mold. Here's the one we picked up maybe a month, a year, 2 years ago. It's hard to say now. When did we pick this one up? This one had the camouflaging red light up feature, if we can find it. I can't even, you can barely see it on camera, but it has a glow of a red feature, and I thought, well, maybe this one will just be the same thing. Turns out it's a little different. Different roar. It's actually got a glow green feature, and you can see that one so much better. Maybe it's just the box. Such a cool roar. Really good button work. This one again, I don't know. I don't think you could see the red to it. So yeah, and actually when you look really close to these guys, there's a little bit of different molding work. This one has a little bit slightly larger head, neck, maybe body even. This one has better paint though. This first one has a little bit better paint. I'm noticing on this new one here, not as much detail, but they're both still pretty good. So let's get this one out real quick. It's kind of Indominus Indoraptor Day, right? I love how easy most of these are to get out. Oh, this one has footprint holders. You know, there's no saving these boxes. There's really no saving them. And there we go. So here is a Dino Trackers, right? There's so many different lines now to keep track of. Oh, he even moves his neck. Indominus Rex. Great arm articulation. Almost more here, about the same actually. Elbows, shoulders, hips, a little bit of footprint and tail work, so about the same usually going on in there. Rotate the tail though, wag the head, button on tail, open and close jaw. Not too much jaw space in this one. This one had, yes, this one had the ability to really grab onto a gyrosphere ball or other figure and almost eat them, whereas this one does not have the eating ability, but it certainly has more glow. So I like this one quite a bit. Great articulation. I'm glad I picked this one up. It's gonna be a tough call. And then scan code on the leg. That just looks painful though. Let me hinge across your flesh. Do a quick scan. Really quick scan. There we go. Indominus Rex is out in the forest. Looks like maybe hanging out with some birch trees and some pines and some carnivorous things. Is that how you say it? Very nice looking animation with this one as always. Oh, the Indominus, very nice. And information of fun? Well, you know, that size comparison doesn't seem right, does it? Feels like that's way off. Yeah, that's way off. That human should be like half the height. And then diet of meat, weight of 4 cars, and I like how it's over here in Costa Rica area or somewhere wherever they designed her. And one more time with this camouflage effect, it is really effective. You can see the pattern almost inside. Trying to get the best view here. There we go. There, see how the camouflage just goes throughout her back? What? That is quite impressive. It has like a layered approach from front to back, head down to her neck, body, and almost to tail. So that is an extra special feature to look for. Pretty nice. It's a pretty good one. So keep an eye out for both of these two, Indoraptor and Indominus Rex. They are sold pretty closely. Scale-wise though, this is backwards. This guy should be bigger. This guy should be smaller. So the scale is off, so I guess it's better to go with, back in the old day, we would have our Indominus Rex and then our Indoraptor. Scale-wise, this is a little bit better. Still pretty crazy. I've got a couple more Dino Trackers to look at though. What do we have with this one? This one's really interesting. This is a I can't say it. Gigant. Gigantspinosaurus. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Gigantspinosaurus? Or is this more like Gigantnotosaurus? So Gigantspinosaurus? I don't know, but it is crazy cool. It's like a combination between a Stegosaurus and a Spinosaurus in a way. Maybe more Stegosaurus. Now this one should just pop right out. This one I would not recommend throwing down the gullet of your Spinosaurus because it is quite spiny. That would give you so much indigestion. Ouch. Moving legs, arms on points to pivot, head rotation, probably with the tail. And closer onto the table, would really like to see this one in a large format size. Just very interesting with these bone mammoth-like tusks coming from its shoulders. Just way cool and different. Scan code hidden behind one of these plates. Trying to go underneath is tricky. There we go, the Gigantspinosaurus in the desert. Information to follow is about half the height of a man, so it really isn't a huge dinosaur, I suppose. Diet of cabbage, or I like to say plants. Weight of a cow found in Asia. So that one's pretty neat. I think this one was part of the Dino Trackers Strike Attack. So this was a Strike Attack, and so was this one. Strike Attack a little more, usually 15. I luckily found a buy one, get one half off sale. So that made it better. Now, another series is the Danger Pack. Danger Packs are usually about $10 a piece. And once again, I lucked out with a buy one, get one half off, making it so much more reasonable. This one is a Dakosaurus. Dakosaurus? I think I had one of these in the old Jurassic Park zoo app on phone. I don't know if that one's available anymore, but it had a great underwater aquatic expansion before it locked me out. This one's fun though. This actually might just get Indoraptored. Moving neck on hinge there, and all the great little flippers. I love the water zors. You don't see them as much, so when you see them, you kind of pick them up. And let's give this one a test bite. Test bite down into. There we go. Even that's a little bit. You can kind of pretend. I wouldn't go all the way in there though. I don't want them jammed. And closer in with the splashy sore. Love the water zors. Kind of put the flippers down a little bit, that way the tail goes down and rests nicely on table. And a quick scan reveals underwater zor. The table's under the water. Everybody hold your breath as she swims about looking for a treat. And information to follow would be, oh okay, pretty big actually. The man there is going to get eaten and filled up inside dinosaur. Diet of meat, 3 pigs, and found all over the world. Wow, this dinosaur is everywhere. Europe, Africa, and South America jammed in there. So that's a really fun one. And one more dino tracker, probably the hardest one to say today. The Xaunhanosaurus, or maybe not the hardest one. What I like about this one, it's got a little feather fluff on it. I almost thought maybe we had hit this one before last time, but I don't think we did. So let's check this one out real quick. Easy to get out of packs. Just pop them, cut them. This one is quite raptor-like in a way. Xaunhanosaurus. Did I get that name right? Sounds pretty neat. I like that one. Got a little fluffy back, brown fluffy feathery back, gray dinosaur. Hips running, shoulders that are not pinned, they're just rotating. A little bit closer with this one too. I like the fuzzy feathers on the back, need to see more of that. What do we have? Get our code looked at. And we've got her in the forest, mountain zone, mountainous forest. Kind of bouncy, jumpy little dino. The size of a man, just a little bit of a head shorter, diet of meat, just a pig in weight, and found over in Asia. And I don't believe this one has any feature in there. If I get this right again, usually the Strike Attack have features, and usually and I keep forgetting these names, the Danger Pack don't have features. They're just, they've got their scan code, but they don't really have an action feature. So those are a few more of the Strike Pack danger attack. I just can't say either one. They can't roll off the tongue very well, but fun to look for. I wonder how many cast members could the Indoraptor eat. What do we got here? Will it fit a Claire? Yep. How about a Darius? Darius? Yep. And a Grant? Plenty of room. So this guy really can feed on a lot of your figures. An older gentleman, Malcolm. And how about Mr. Owen? Battle damaged Owen. Down it goes. Timmy's back. Timmy, you know, why didn't Timmy reprise roles in the new Jurassic Worlds? We should have saw Timmy. And down he goes. And then Macy one more time. And there's still enough for several more cast members. I got anyone up here behind me? Maybe Indiana Jones. Old school retro action Indiana Jones. Down he goes. Maybe Mario. Super Mario. Mario's gonna be a little big. This is movie Mario. Too big, movie Mario. Oh, he's close, but I don't want to get him jammed. Anyone else? Last feedings here. Got Luke Skywalker back here, but he might drop his lightsaber. Okay, Luke, there you go. So I fed at least, what was that, 10 figures now into the Indoraptor. So keep an eye out for this one. Pretty nice. Scan code, rotating neck. Did I talk about the rotating neck? I forgot about that. Nice extra feature. I do not believe this one is scannable. So there is no scan bar for this one. There was obviously one for the Dino Trackers Indoraptor we had opened earlier in the year. So that's the one that you're going to scan. Typically, the Super Colossals don't get scanned, but keep an eye out for this one. This one's probably maybe my second favorite now. What do we have for lists of these? So I wrote up a list of all the Super Colossals I've collected. We started with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which I still think is my favorite, just because it's the T-Rex. I like T-Rex collecting, and it started off this crazy collection. Indominus Rex was the second one I think we went over, and then Carnotaurus. Blue was in there somewhere. I skipped Blue. Gigantspinosaurus was last year's. Indoraptor was this year. I think there was another T-Rex actually last year too, a reissue with kind of a paintwork closer to this last Jurassic World movie. And then of course we did check out the Brachiosaurus and the Apatosaurus and the Dreadnoughtus, which I kind of consider Super Colossals because they're about that scale. So I've got about 8 now that we've gone through, and maybe we'll build a bracket. That would be really fun to see who would win in an ultimate battle. But I think my favorites in the collection, Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think I would put the Indoraptor next, actually, just because of this amazing gold painted glossiness, all the just details of the spines and the look of this one is just sinister, really sinister. Although it is hard to pick favorites. And then maybe I would go next with the Carnotaurus, and then next Spinosaurus, Dreadnought, or not Dreadnoughtus, but Gigantspinosaurus is actually way last because of the broken hip, and just the detail was never that great with that one. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this great, fantastic, Super Colossal edition. Keep an eye out for a bracket. We may do a bracket, see who would win the ultimate fight of the Super Colossals. Thank you so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.